Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live broadcast of Africa Leadership and Philanthropy Award. And like you know, for the last 1 month, we've been hosting some of our nominees and respected Nigerians who are nominated for this prestigious award. And today, we are having one of the APC chieftain in Anambra State, a very strong politician, a community leader, and someone that is well respected. Chief, please be the one to introduce yourself to our audience. Sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, my name is also Dr. Amobi Nwokafor, FCA. I'm a native of Oka from Anambra State, and the last child of a very big family. I graduated from the University of Nigeria and I read accountancy.
Wow.
And I have a master's degree in banking and finance.
Wow.
And PhD in strategic management.
Wow.
I became a chartered accountant since 1990, and I've played various roles in the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. I'm a chartered tax practitioner, chartered administrator. I'm a fellow of Chartered Institute of Conciliation and Mediation.
Wow.
I'm so many other institutions like that. I became a politician some years back, and I vie for the party ticket under APC for the governorship of Anambra State. Yeah, I don't know whether my introduction is good enough, but
very well said, sir. Very well said.
Questions, maybe be in a position to give you more details.
Okay, sir. Okay, Chief, like we know, all of us know right now, you are a renowned community and political leader and humanitarian par excellence. Can you tell us about your aspirations and what you do basically, even though you have given us hints into some of them?
Yes, I've not arrived. I'm just aspiring to be what you just said. That is what is leading me. I'm aspiring to be a community leader. I started that process in 2014, having been detached from my environment for a very long time. So somewhere along the line, it dawned on me that I have to come down home and contribute my own quota, and that is when I'll be counted. So from what I have done so far, I just started, so please don't count me as having gotten to the goal or the target. I'm just on the line, aspiring to get there. It's not an easy task, especially when you happen not to be one of them, and you just came in as an intruder. To break the chain and force yourself into them, so that what you think that they're not doing right, you want to do them your own way, which in all sincerity you believe that your own way to be the right thing to do. It has not been easy, and accepting you like that is difficult, because when I finished school, I traveled to Lagos, did my youth service, and stayed there since 1985. So that's why I said I was detached from my community. But I thank God that I'm back now, trying to contribute my own quota to the development.
Wow, wonderfully said, sir. Okay, so as an active player in humanitarian services, and with the insight you have about the plight of the less privileged in the society, so what do you think is the best approach towards creating a sustainable future for the elderly, the vulnerable people in the society?
It's a Yes, you know, in our world today, we have what we call private sector and public sector. Um, NGOs, for instance, are operating more or less from is private sector driven. When I look at what we are doing today, I have the feeling that unless the government is involved, we will not get there. Yeah, because no matter how you try, the government must be made to know that they have to get involved, and until they're able to do that, our effort, it will not be in vain, but it will take us a very long time to get the desired result. So government involvement is critical to our achievement.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for that intelligent response. Oh, sir, over time, we have come to realize that the issue of funding is one of the biggest issues facing both government, NGOs, individuals, caregivers, humanitarians, everybody. Okay, I want to ask, sir, for the things that you are doing and the level you have achieved or the kind of results you've gotten, what will you tell us as the secret behind the success you have achieved in this regard, sir?
Okay, the when I started looking the other way, that's that I need to put something down for the society. I decided to, like I said earlier, to break the chain of community governance. So I came into Oka. One of the easiest way to come in is to join the unions. So while I was in Lagos, we have a what we call Oka Development Union, a Lagos branch. So now there's a national body that is called Oka Development Union Nigeria. So what I did was to break into the rank, decided to come down to Oka to vie for the President General. The President General is the coordinating president of all the branches, marshalling out ideas, policies, what to do, what not to do within the period you are in that position. So that is where I started. You know, like I said, the people that were there before me tried their best, but you know, like we usually said, you cannot give what you don't have. So
You're
you
right,
give
sir.
from the abundance of what you have. So we had to restructure the union, created a kind of template so that even if after you have left the office, people coming behind you or after you will just follow and add, make one or two additions. You know, so that's what we try to do. And I can tell you with all sincerity that we succeeded because we were impersonal. We were not implementing some of these things for for self praise or for self benefit. We were detached from these activities. Our goal is to do something without expecting any benefit, any reward, or something like that. And we were massively followed by the community. So we created. We look at the society. We look at the gaps between um, where we think the community should be and where they are now, both education, health-wise, um, socialization, and things like that. So we just let me give you one example. We look at women, like you know, just like I do too, that if you want to succeed in our society today, we must carry women along.
You're right, sir.
Now, a woman will decide to marry or not to marry, no matter how bad the husband is. She can decide to stay and suffer, especially where children are concerned. So we look at these women that are everywhere selling granite, selling, cooked or fried corn, fish, dry fish, and things like that. And how much were they using to do this business? Some just as much as 10,000 naira. So some 20. So what we did was to partner with a microfinance bank based in Oka, and started giving them money, loan, not necessarily loan, but although to us it was loan to them. But we know very well that this money is not to be recovered from them, but they don't know. And it was interest-free. So we made it like that to be sure that they are on their toes to work hard so that they don't allow the money to go. So we started giving 50,000. The highest we gave was 100,000. You know, but before you know it, a lot of women benefited. Because when a woman is taken care of, the family, you know, will follow. So I think on that, in that direction, we did well. Another area that we were scored very high was in terms of, you know, medical, what we call medical mission. We created a scenario where, or a forum where there was massive participation of the indigenous on what do you call, what I termed then a medical mission. That medical mission has a content like one, free eyeglasses, free eye tests, free eyeglasses. Because when you go to church or when you go everywhere, you find out that most of these old men who were supposed to be reading cannot read. Some of them didn't know that it was their eyes, that the eyes was the problem. So until we started testing them and discover, look, they can still read, only that they need just glass, eyeglasses. So we started providing them with that one. Then some have diabetes, some are diabetic, they don't know. Some are, you know, all those small ailments here and there. So we partner with our brothers in US and Canada because we have Oka Union, US and Canada. We partner with them in other area of medical mission where we test other ailments and provided medication and drugs for them. So another area we ventured was scholarship. You know, like this cultism that is on the rise now, where you really get to the background or the reason for this cultism and school dropout. The one we tried to tackle is what a lot of them said they were poor, they didn't have people to train them in school, something like that. So we started what we call
Chief, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you very well.
Okay, if you can hear me, I just lost your audio, but since you can hear me, okay, let me go to the next one, sir. Knowing fully well that you travel wide, and I want to ask, and you have seen, as in being someone that have traveled wide, and you have seen how much government go about catering for the less privileged. What would be your advice to the Nigerian government and individuals as regards this set of people in our society?
You know, the first problem we have is when we say less privileged. That definition is ambiguous because if you bring two people and compare.
I'll call you back, please.
Can you hear me? Well, no two individuals are equal. But in the context you are referring to, hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, but I don't know whether you hear me.
Wow. Okay. I don't know what happened. I can't hear you at all. So I will call this thing and then I'll come back to you. Please let us come back. Let me end it and then we'll come back, sir.
Oh, no problem.